come in my face. Come in my face.
Do you like that, actually? You like
No.
to come in the face?
Well, depends who's. Like if it's a woman or my dad.
I'd rather not, the woman.
My dad transitioned. Both my parents transitioned. They switched. You think we'll make it awkward at Christmas, but mostly we argue about the immigrants. I'm going to take a piss before we start as well.
A few moments later.
Should we cold open on the song?
Yes, sure.
Okay. This is a serial killer fights in the key of E major. Charles Manson farted in my face. Jeffrey Dahmer farted in my face. Ted Bundy farted in my face. John Wayne Gacy farted in my face. I met old Charlie Manson, said Charlie, how's it been? We got to talking and even shared a plate of beans. We talked about life and death, it was a normal conversation. Until Charlie bent over and released his putrid fermentation. Charles Manson farted in my face. Jeffrey Dahmer farted in my face. Ted Bundy farted in my face. Even John Wayne Gacy farted in my face. I met old Jeffrey Dahmer, said Jeffrey, you're looking fresh. We got to talking and even ate some human flesh. We talked about life and death, how it all went by so fast. Until Jeffrey bent over and released thunderbolts from his ass. Oh, Charles Manson farted in my face. Jeffrey Dahmer farted in my face. Ted Bundy farted in my face. Even John Wayne Gacy farted in my face. I met old Teddy Bundy, said Teddy, you're looking cute. We got to talking while he was killing a prostitute. We talked about life and death and what it's all about. Till Teddy bent over and farted straight into my open mouth. Oh, Charles Manson farted in my face. Jeffrey Dahmer farted in my face. Who else, man? Ted Bundy farted in my face. Is that it? Even John Wayne Gacy farted in my face. I met old John Wayne Gacy, said Johnny, you're looking swell. He said, why thank you, sir, it's a lovely day in hell. We talked about life and death from Plato to Immanuel Kant. Until Johnny bent over and farted so hard that he ripped his poncho.
All together now, you know the words.
My face.
I see you had fun this week.
That took me 2 months to write. I started writing this before we even announced the start of the episode. It's just a really happy accident.
Yeah, I can. I mean, you were the one that thought of serial killers.
That was the one for this reason. And I was betting that there would be farts somewhere in there as well.
You know me well.
The crux of that song really is to sort of highlight kind of the humanity that a fart sort of brings.
Yes, that we all fart.
We do all fart, and serial killers do indeed fart.
But girls don't.
No, girls don't.
No.
Girls don't.
That's a shame.
Yeah. I thought I saw a girl fart once, but her chair had moved.
Oh.
And I had farted
makes sense.
at the same time. That's what made the smell.
Why is their biology so different?
Because they're from Adam's rib. And so
there's no gas in that.
No, so men are made from clay and women are made from a bone.
And clay is a gas, has air pockets inside of it.
Yes, and contains a lot of natural elements, of which there might be some element of sulfur in there as well.
Makes perfect sense. And so that song, what genre would you classify it as? what box? Let's put it in a box.
It's a bluesy little folk number.
Well, okay, yes,
bluesy
something.
Little folk number.
I'm not a music man, but something said folk to me.
Yes. That is sort of in the style of a Bob Dylan.
Yes, I can imagine you singing that in a rickety old bar in the middle of nowhere with six old men listening and singing along with their three teeth.
I would have loved to end it with a harmonica solo, but I can't play the harmonica, so I thought the fart solo would be appropriate.
I was expecting nothing less.
Also, by the way, halfway through the song, you did fart into the microphone, expensive microphones, and it was on beat. So congratulations, because it was on beat. I don't know how long you've been holding that in.
I just kind of realized, like, oh, I need to fart.
Yes.
And then I found the moment.
You know, and I wanted a bit of levity before we get into the real rigors of this conversation.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
obviously very dark subject matter.
Of course.
We're talking here about one of the most heinous things that, you know, humanity is capable of.
A serial killer.
Farting.
What's your favorite thing about farts?
Okay, number one, the sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's
so good, right? Sorry, let's not just skip over that.
And it's unique. There's no two farts have ever sounded exactly the same.
That and there's the otherness of it, not the ineffability of a fart,
the strangeness,
the fact that like you can just cut through any social situation.
Oh, there's no social situation where a fart is appropriate ever. There is no appropriate social situation, even in a public bathroom.
And yet, literally, there is no time where I wish not to hear a fart.
Funerals, weddings. There's no, as comedians, I think we try very hard to create very intelligent punchlines. It's a damn shame that nothing we do will ever be funnier than just a fart at a moment when a fart is not supposed to happen.
Nothing is funnier than a fart at a funeral. Nothing.
It comes from the coffin.
Or the priest. You just see his robes billowing.
Or a wedding after they say, like, if anyone here has any objections.
You ever do the move where you like fart and then you sort of make another noise to cover it?
Oh yeah. It's easily backfireable, that move, because you got to get the timing really perfect.
Really perfect. I feel it's like a J cut when you're editing.
Yes.
And you have to start farting and then do it.
Yes, halfway through.
You know?
There's a great story about a guy in class who had a really big fart and he knew it was going to come out, so he wanted to cover it up. So what he did was he got a heavy textbook and dropped it on the floor. But the fart was a second delayed. So what happened was he drops a heavy textbook on the floor, just boom! Everyone turns to look at him, and then a nightmare, where he attracted so much more attention to himself.
At that point, you just play it off as if you wanted the attention. That's the only move.
One.
That's the only.
You gotta own a fart. You gotta make eye contact, ask to pull a finger.
I do that constantly. If I need to fart, I'm just like...
I know. The amount of eye contact farts that you've given me is disturbing.
It's just, no, I feel no one expects it from me, and I like the...
Maybe that used to be the case.
Now it's expected. But now it makes people uncomfortable, and now that gives me joy.
I know the look in your eye when you're about to fart at this point is you give me a very specific look. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna fart right now.
I don't think I ever look happier than before I tell someone to pull my finger.
You're right. It's an ineffable twinkle in your eye. It's like, yes, this is a moment of perfect joy. So, what have you brought for us for show and tell?
Well, funnily enough, I also have a song.
Okay.
But I do not know how to play the guitar, so I used AI for mine.
Our cup runneth over. Not what I expected. Just also make a serial killer fart song.
Mine is a totally different topic, I guess. Totally different. There's a story, in mine, in some sense. So, I believe this is the version.
It's four different versions.
There's a silence in the alley, there's blood on the floor.
That's not this one. Hold on.
There's a silence in the alley, there's blood on the floor, but the cops can't smell a motive anymore. They call in the one with the supernatural gift. A mutt with the nose that gives evil a sniff. He don't bark, he don't bite, he don't chase cars. He just solves murders by following farts. They don't lie, they leave their mark. Silent but deadly, justice in the dark. You can run but you can't mask the stench of your unholy past. When Sniffles the dog is on your ass, he's sniffing serial killer farts. He's got trauma from a taco truck hit and run. Now he's sniffing farts until justice is done. He caught the butcher of Boise, the Pasadena prancer, with just one whiff of gastrointestinal cancer. From Taco Bell to murder cell, this dog's nose sends creeps to hell. He's got trauma from a taco truck hit and run. Now he's sniffing farts until justice is done. He caught the butcher of Boise's, a Pasadena prancer, with just one whiff of gastrointestinal cancer. From Taco Bell to murder cell, this dog's nose sends creeps to hell. He once dreamed of bones in open fields, but now he sniffs for humanity's ills. Each toot a tale, each gust a clue of what the devil had for dinner too. Sniffles caught the gut gasser with a single inhale. That guy had beans before every female failed. He's the Sherlock Holmes of sphincter gas, solving cold cases with a sniff of ass. He's sniffing crimes and breaking hearts. Justice rips from evil bums. Even demons fear when Sniffles comes. No mask, no Febreze, no alibi can stop the sniff of a dog who won't die. And when the wind shifts and the room grows tense, just know a hero's near, sniffing your defense.
Sniffles the dog.
Sniffles the dog.
Oh, we should try sell this to the CW. No lie.
I think they're already working on it. It's very possible.
The romance angle, you know, is a thing. Oh, but I'm a dog. You won't love me. I'm a dog. I love you regardless. Doesn't matter what body you're in.
Paul Giamatti as the season arc villain. It's the one fart that he just can't seem to catch. Yeah. You know, it turns out Paul Giamatti, he's been eating he's living on ice cubes. He never farts, this guy.
He's just been fasting.
He's been fasting to escape from Sniffles, the fart sniffing dog. So yeah. Do serial killers
fart?
Fart. Yes.
I mean, Ted Bundy definitely did with all that fucking...
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it. The question, as I see it, is not do serial killers fart, but since they do fart, which serial killer has the worst farts? Now, Charles Manson founded a cult that killed 9 people. Who cares? What did his fart smell like? Frequent user of LSD. LSD causes a serotonin uptick. There are serotonin receptors in the gut, so frequent use may cause a little bit intestinal trauma.
Huh?
Charles Manson, a vegan. Now this
farts are going to be disgusting.
Very interesting. Now vegans, when you become vegan, your farts are very disgusting, and because you're eating a lot of beans and soy and legumes, you will fart very frequently. But since there's no animal products, there's no sulfur. So eventually, when your stomach settles down, while you will fart often, the smell, not so bad. So Charles Manson, frequent farter, not terrible smell.
Okay. So, frequent but pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps probably
Odorless.
loud and often, but you wouldn't have to leave the room.
Okay.
You know, not those sneaky farts that just sneak out and everyone's got this mustard gas fart.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Killed and ate 17 gay men. Who cares? What did his fart smell like?
I was talking about Dahmer, not Bundy. I get them confused.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer ate people. High protein diet, guys.
High protein diet of a subset of people that enjoy the frequent popping of.
Careful now. Careful now.
No, I'm simply saying that they enjoy their narcotics.
They do enjoy their narcotics, and we all know what doing poppers will do to your butthole. If there are farts, they're gonna come out. Jeffrey Dahmer, a man who could not hold his farts, ate a lot of people. That's a very high protein diet. Protein takes a long time to digest, tends to ferment in the gut, causing very, very smelly farts. Not to mention, the gut not really designed for digesting human flesh, especially very gamey meat.
Is it? Do you think? Because aren't we basically pork? So like, I know that if a society like does eat human flesh for a long period of time, they get like this fucking brain parasite thing. There's like and it does kind of destroy itself in the end. But I think digestion wise, it's basically pork, right? Like firemen stop eating bacon, in fact, because they say that burning people smell like bacon.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the one fireman who's eating a lot of bacon sandwiches
It's like, you are
is the one we're gonna really watch out for. Perhaps it's how you cook it, but I would say if it's a new meat that is entering your system, your microbiome is not going to be very equipped to digest. Like, ooh, what is this?
It is a novel protein.
I'm eating Brian, and you know.
How do you think, Brian? How do you think you taste?
Probably quite good, right? People have told me this. People have come and said, if I'm on a desert island, I know I'm probably the first to go.
Yeah, I would not blame people if they cut my legs off and just slow roasted that bitch.
Yeah.
Like, look at that thick, you know? Thick ever since I was a baby.
Oh my God.
It's just naturally just fucking...
Put the whole thing in the oven, basically. It's wrapped in foil.
I want to eat it.
Yeah. I would eat my leg. I'd make some chops.
I can imagine you, Stia. It's an apple in your mouth.
I was gonna say.
Stick up your ass. Just slow roasting over a fire.
The apple in the mouth is degrading.
So put something under him. Save the fat. We can use that.
Try to render some crackling. Well, I hope I'm delicious.
So okay. So
Jeffrey Dahmer, terrible farts.
Terrible
farts.
Sure.
He's eating protein. He can't control his farts. He's doing too much. He's doing too many poppers.
Yeah. Clearly can't control his urges or his farts.
No, that's a terrible diet. Awful farts.
He can't stop himself from killing gay men. You think he's going to stop himself from ordering a burger every night?
You know? Or Brian. Ted Bundy.
Brian Burger.
Ted Bundy killed 30 college girls. Who cares? What did his fart smell like? Ted Bundy, very slim guy. Escaped prison by losing about 16 kilos so that he could cut like a little hole in the bars in the ceiling and escape from that.
Wow.
So here is a man who could control his diet. A slim figure. Increased cortisol is going to cause a little bit of gut stress, reduced digestion, cause farts.
Where's the cortisol coming from?
So a serial killer usually leads a very stress-filled life. They're very paranoid. They're constantly on the run. Yet Ted Bundy, a true sociopath. No elevated cortisol for Ted Bundy. He would not have been stressed. True sociopath. Not afraid, not paranoid.
He would have been just chill about it.
Very chill about it. Chill pretty much till the end. Given, I think, lethal injection, he was executed. They offered him a last meal. He refused it.
Wow.
Here's a man whose farts smell great.
Did he have last words?
Did he have last words? Yes, he did.
I die as I lived with okay farts.
Pull my finger, sir. I think his last word, he confessed to killing some
Smell
person.
this.
So Ted Bundy, probably pretty good smelling farts.
Okay.
John Wayne Gacy.
What did he do?
Now John Wayne Gacy killed 33 children. Who cares?
Ooh,
What does his
connoisseur.
farts smell like? Worked as a manager at 3 different KFCs. He was a big fellow. He was a party clown as a job as well.
Oh my, terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Not-
Jesus Christ.
So big. If you look at
Just
a picture...
I saw a big guy that works at a KFC, moonlights as a clown, and literally moonlights as killing children.
Yeah. He's the killer clown.
Terrifying.
His trick would be, he'd say, I'm going to do a magic trick, so I need to handcuff you. And then he would handcuff you. And then he
Wouldn't.
unhandcuff you. Yeah, he's not doing a magic trick.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that's John Wayne Gacy. If you look at a photo of him, you go, oh my God, this guy looks like his farts smell awful. Awful.
Have you ever smelled your farts the day after KFC?
Oh my God. He worked at 3 different KFCs.
Yeah.
And now you might think, okay, well, just because he worked at KFC doesn't necessarily mean he's eating a lot of KFC.
Yes,
In fact, maybe he's sick of KFC because he's around it all day. So John Wayne Gacy also executed his last meal, bucket of KFC, 12 fried prawns, a bowl of strawberries, and a Diet Coke. The goal for his last meal. He's watching his figure.
Just get a full fat motherfucking
Got a
skin.
bucket of KFC and 12 fried king prawns. But a Diet Coke. Let's not get excessive. Let's not get excessive.
Oh my God. Oh, respect.
Respect
Not for the Diet Coke, but for the rest of
for the
last
killing
meal.
the 32 children.
Also, fuck kids. Fuck those kids. I've learned that people really don't like it when you make fun of dead kids.
Yes.
And fuck
You've
them.
just learned that.
Fuck those kids. Fuck those kids.
I think the sociopathy of working at so many KFCs and then his last meal is like, what I feel like today, KFC.
That's more fucked up than killing the kids.
And prawns. Bucket of KFC. 12 prawns.
Deep fried prawns.
Yeah, fried prawns.
What, for just fried? There was not a vegetable for miles.
No, well, he had
The closest thing to a vegetable was the Coke.
He did get chips. and strawberries for dessert.
The strawberry, fair
That's the
enough. Actually, he
strawberries
had
for
the
dessert.
strawberry.
So-
there was some fiber.
When it comes to John Wayne Gacy, we have evidence of at least one fucking awful fart after the KFC and 12 deep fried prawns.
That he definitely he was executed, right?
He was executed.
Lethal injection.
Either that or chair, right? That's their way
Yeah,
of
that
doing
was
it.
their move. Whichever one, although especially if it was the chair, there was a fart there.
Oh yes.
There was a release at that point.
Maybe that's why he did it.
Just to fuck with
He
them.
went, I'm gonna hold it in and then I'm gonna die and it's just gonna come out.
If I was that kind of level of person, I'm holding in the biggest shit.
What's the last meal that would give you the worst fart of all? You think?
Probably a bucket of KFC,
And prawns.
12 fried prawns, fries, a Diet Coke, and a bowl of strawberries.
Bowl of strawberries.
Sorry, hey, maybe to make it worse, you have some deep fried ice cream
Oh my god.
with strawberries.
Yes. Yeah, anything dairy, really.
As that, he didn't have any dairy.
Didn't have any
God
dairy.
bless him.
There's been some fantastic. My favorite last meal is there's one guy who ordered like 2 pizzas, a steak, lobster, roast chicken, beef Wellington, a lot of very fancy, expensive
Yeah.
foods. And then they served it all to him and he said, actually, I'm not hungry. and didn't eat anything.
What?
Didn't eat anything.
A cunt.
What a cunt move. Just to be a dick.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
literally
yeah.
gonna die. He didn't even touch it.
Last move, I'm gonna be a bit of a dick.
Such a dick that they never served anyone in that state a last meal again. He ruined it for everyone.
Wow.
He ruined it for everyone.
How do you feel about capital punishment?
I mean, I've never been asked that before.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. How do you feel about capital punishment?
I think there are certain crimes where it's like, yeah, you can't play with us anymore, and there's no more playing with us ever.
You have to
like,
go away now.
Yeah, that's culling, a certain.
I don't know. Is it less humane than a life sentence? Really?
You know, like I would be very, 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 what's the word? Cautious to like if there was a case where it's like, okay, the preponderance of evidence is that we're like 99% sure it's this guy, but maybe it's not, then it's like, okay, life sentence, fine. If it's like, oh yeah, we found you in the pic, like you took a selfie with these dead kids that you killed,
or he confesses,
like, or you confess or whatever, like you're out. Like, sorry,
you killed 30 children dressed as a clown.
You know,
and you work at the KFC.
You know, maybe you want to go to hell, and we're gonna send you there straight, one-way ticket.
It's time for you to go.
It's time to go. You know.
Yeah, I wish they had firing squad though. That was a cool way to go out.
What would be the most fun? What is the most fun capital punishment?
Firing squad seems
firing
nice,
squad is pretty hardcore. A guillotine is a classic.
Oh, guillotine!
Yeah, with the sound.
Yeah, but then I don't want to be beheaded. It's my favorite part of my.
I know. But then they can. Can my family keep the head? You know, preserve it in ether,
in formaldehyde.
Yeah,
and keep it on the mantle.
It's pretty cool.
I suppose.
You know,
I suppose.
Put an apple in there.
If you were gonna be a serial killer, what would be your modus operandi?
I'll be honest, I've never given this much thought for whatever reason.
I'm glad. That's reassuring.
Yeah. Who would I kill? I would probably kill politicians.
Mm-hmm.
And I would probably I would print out copies of laws they've written that I hate and I think are stupid, and I would kill them by shoving the printouts up their ass and pulling them out through their mouth in some way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a Luigi Mangione, but very, very, very twisted.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a serial killer. Let's go. Let's go to town. Let's make it memorable.
Yes.
Let's go into the history books.
Gonna have some fun with it. Get a nickname from the media.
Exactly. You know, the
Riverside pervert.
The Riverside pervert. Was that even remotely?
Oh, you're not a pervert. You're killing men by putting paper up their ass.
Not necessarily men. Women are politicians now too. Dan, don't be sexist. Your internalized patriarchal norms are showing.
Yes, but women are good politicians. Uno reverse.
That's not true.
No.
There is justice shit at that job.
So many bad female politicians.
What about you? What would be your modus operandi?
Oh, I would never kill another person. That's really wrong.
I see what you did there. See, you've got me.
You had it all planned out. Shoving papers up. No, I'm fine actually. I'd I think there's less violent ways to sort of improve the world. That's my philosophy. Yeah, you can change your profile picture.
Give the border.
Yes, you can put on a border of Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
You can wear a wristband that says like, I don't like cancer. You know?
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
And so it's important
so
that
you wear the
show
wristband.
that...
Or just awareness. You go to people and you say like, AIDS exists. And they go, okay, I'm aware now. You know, that's
it's also good a philosophical Instagram story.
Ooh, yes. Those really get me. When there's like a quote misattributed to Albert Einstein, you know, and I go, oh, okay. Person who I've seen do so many drugs all the time, you know, that I am going to
listen to your opinion for sure.
Yes. Not even his opinion that he's reposting.
Of course. No, my favorite is when people clearly have watched 3 TikTok videos and have an opinion.
Oh, of course.
And that's always fun.
As is their right.
Yes. It is their right, in fact. Maybe it's a right we should think about.
It's also my right to secretly hate you.
I often do it less secretly, but it's...
Yeah, that's the, I mean, about
the hate becomes not secret if they start annoying me about my opinions.
Okay.
And I'm like, I've read things. Sit down.
I keep my opinions to myself.
I've started to be honest.
Because, you know, even if, like, best case scenario is someone agrees with you, but then oftentimes you're kind of bummed out at the kind of person who is agreeing with you.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm like, oh, this guy agrees with me.
You agree with me often, and I'm like, I should rethink my
How
life.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know, just another fucking basic dude.
We look alike too. It's like, so is it really my opinion, or is it just I have a preponderance for these opinions?
It's the second time you've dropped the word preponderance.
I know, and I used it incorrectly, which is hilarious.
You got away with it the first time.
No, the first time was correct.
You're really pushing
the first time I used it correctly. This time I've used it incorrectly.
I thought I was being really nice. I'm like, I'm gonna let it have it. I'm not gonna call him out on the preponderance. But you dropped it the second time. You got greedy. You know it. You got greedy.
What's the word I was looking for? Predilection?
Sure, predilection. You know, we're all in an echo chamber.
Yes.
And here's a circle back, smelling each other's farts.
Oh.
You know, and you go to someone who looks like you and thinks like you, and you go, I think you're right. And he goes, yeah, I think you're right. And you both feel good about yourselves. And you're both wrong together in a room filled just with each other's farts.
Yeah. I heard a good description of our current times recently, which is that we are increasingly being asked to have more and more empathy for less and less people. But I would change that now, and I would say we are constantly being asked to smell fewer and fewer people's farts. I think it's important to smell other people's farts.
People are farting in my face all day. All day.
And isn't that nice?
I'm just good? On scrolling. This guy farts in my face. This guy, I have to smell this guy's farts. No, this guy's farts. Go on Facebook. This guy's farting in my face. Turn on the TV. 3 people farting in my face at the same time. No, actually.
And I think there's something beautiful about that.
Yeah, but I can't breathe. Breathe.
No, then you have to take some time to smell your own farts.
No one's smelling my farts.
Don't you smell your own farts?
I don't even know what my farts smell like anymore because I'm just inhaling so many other farts.
No, but you don't like after you fart, you don't do a little, you don't waft.
Yeah, but I can't get, they're so out of context. I don't know what I stand for. I don't know what I believe in because everyone is constantly telling me what they stand for and what they believe in. You know, everything's an ism or an ology.
I believe in a bucket of KFC, about 12 fried shrimp.
Fries, strawberries.
Fries and a bowl of strawberries.
And the Diet Coke.
And the Diet Coke.
The goal. The temerity.
I would, get an iced tea, you know?
For fuck's sake, he prefers the diet. You sick fuck. You sick fuck.
Not only was he a clown.
Killed 30 children.
No, forget about that. That's the least of his worries, least of his problems.
He was a manager at 3 different KFC. Also, how easy is it to become a KFC manager? That they're giving it to the fucking murderous clown. He made it up there for 3 different KFCs.
Oh, KFC has a bad rap.
I just love fried chicken, man.
Even in this country, it attracts certain murderous.
Oh yes, that's true. Although that person, I don't think stopped to get themselves a
No, I feel like they weren't hungry at the time, considering they were in a Coke-fueled range.
Oh yeah. You know, they just wanted that Coke, baby.
No, they should have got a diet.
You should have got the Diet Coke. I mean, I like a CFC. I like a CFC.
CFC is good.
Oh,
CFC is
you
good.
know?
Have you realized that in Malta, we are like pinnacle fried chickeners? People talk about pastizzi places all the time.
So many fried chicken places.
So, dude, CFC, GFC, Chick Queens, Chick King, SFC, KFC. That's 6 off the top of my head. Chicken Bites in Hamroon. Yeah. That's 7. Just
Yeah. And there's definitely more.
there's more for sure. Every fucking street corner.
Yeah,
They're more concentrated in the south, I'll be honest.
But everywhere, you're finding them everywhere.
Yeah.
We love a fried chicken.
But it's under discussed, I feel.
Yeah, just they kind of taken for granted.
Yeah.
It's so good though. There's almost quite nothing
Just
quite
like
as good.
our own farts. We take them
Yes.
for granted.
Yes.
It's hard to see the water you're swimming in when you're swimming in it, huh?
It's hard. Yeah, you get desensitized. You know, everyone's pointing at each other's farts. What do your farts smell like?
Mine? It really depends, but oftentimes it smells like Satan died in my ass.
Are you infamous for having bad farts?
It's bilburdati tipo, like it's very temperamental. Imma when they're bad. A couple of days ago, I don't know what I did. I don't know what, like, God I insulted, what fucking, like, dead bird I ate. Like, it was
Notably bad.
I was embarrassed, and I was alone.
Of course.
No one smelled it except me, but I was like, what? This is not okay. Something's wrong. Do I have cancer?
I don't know. I kind of like when I'm alone and they're really bad.
I didn't say I didn't enjoy it.
Because I think it comes down, this is a Freudian concept of when you're a baby, it's the first time you realize you have an impact on the world. Is when you take a big shit and it fucking stinks. And you go, oh my God, the room smells like this, and then I happened, and now it smells like that.
Is this really a Freud thing?
100%. Yes, 100%.
Emma, he literally sat down, took lines, and just made shit up a lot of the time.
He was spot on though. So many times he was spot on. This might be like neo-Freudians, but they're super into poop and being a baby. And
I'm sure there's something, there. Like
that's how you become anal retentive. Is if a parent, you poop and someone goes, "Hey, what did you do? What did you do? You pooped again?" And you're like, oh no. So you learn never to let out your poop, but also never let out your opinions. Never let out your feelings, and you just become this very tight person always holding in their poop. Someone who's very anal. Someone who's anally retentive, therefore they retain all their poop. Or the opposite, someone who fucking, their place is a mess, they just put their shit everywhere, fucking here it goes.
Yeah, don't look at the toilet is what you're saying.
So it all comes down to when you're a baby, how people react to your poops and your farts, and that, the first time you make a smell, the people go, well, listen, it's not ideal, but it happened and we'll deal with it. Yeah. Or do people go like, you fucking disgusting?
I don't know. It really sounds like Coke logic. It sounds like a guy like at a bar who's just taking a line and who's tweaking at you as you try to get a drink and going, no, bro, don't fucking listen to me, bro. It's like when you're a baby, if your parents don't let you just shit, then you become like, like you gotta let the shit out, bro. You gotta let it out.
That doesn't mean it's not true.
It doesn't mean it's not true necessarily.
Some of these Coke guys have a lot of wisdom. They just have a funny way of getting it out.
And then you have Jung, which is like acid logic.
Yes, exactly. Or mushroom logic.
Exactly.
Very much so. That a lot of people, if they do enough drugs, they accidentally invent Carl Jung. And they accidentally come up with all of his theories just by themselves. Yeah. And they look it up and they go, oh, there's a whole guy.
The first time I read Jung, I'm like, obviously.
This all makes perfect sense to me.
I knew this. I discovered this on the beach of Selmoon.
Yes.
On a cold summer's evening.
You see? Jung and Freud close friends for a time.
Yes. Famously.
But then they fell out because they started interpreting each other's dreams. And they started getting offended because they were subconsciously dreaming about each other in bad ways. So Jung had a dream about an old Austrian soldier who was like asking them for tickets on a train or something, and he was like a ghost. He was the ghost of an Austrian soldier of some kind. And Jung was going, it was like I felt so sad for him because he didn't realize his time had passed, but he was still there, sort of going around in life. And I wanted to tell him, listen, your time is done. You're over. You have to let new people. And Freud the whole time was going, motherfucker, am I the Austrian ghost?
Fuck yourself.
Am I the Austrian
ghost?
My
time is done. You have no idea how many lines I have left in me. Coke never stops. This train is never stopping.
It's like, oh yeah, well I dreamt of a monkey and he was throwing his shit at the wall and his name was Carl, so I'm pretty sure.
Do you know
I don't know
dream that Freud had about you?
I can't tell you that information, but it's common open knowledge that they were interpreting each other's dreams, getting offended at
their opinions of each other in their dreams.
Through their dreams. And they had a big falling out. And they used to write like diss letters at each other, and they're pretty brutal. Pretty brutal.
That's amazing. You've read them?
I've read some.
No, I never looked into that area of. I watched that movie, Dangerous Method, or something like that, but a long time ago. Was it with fucking the same woman or some shit? I don't know. Apparently that was a bit stylized.
No, they weren't fucking the same woman. It was that Jung was having sex with a patient. And also going a little bit off the rails and going a little bit crazy. And Freud is like, listen, we're not going to be taken seriously as a science if we get up to this like degenerate shit.
Yeah.
For us to be taken seriously as a science, we have to take ourselves seriously.
As that, we have to do respectable drugs, like.
Yeah, and Jung kind of just disagreed with him on a couple of key points, and Freud just doesn't like being disagreed with.
Yeah. Coke doesn't like it when you disagree with it.
No.
Isn't it wild that drugs, it's like certain drugs that are so like, I mean, that are still very common today, just like very underground. Yeah. We're just like, oh yeah, the sort of current leader in psychology is just a coked up maniac. And that's just fine.
Yeah,
that's just
so acceptable.
Yeah. I mean, Hitler, have you ever seen that video clip of Hitler at the Olympics?
On amphetamines.
Tweaking out, brother. Like, he's fucking there. Like,
yeah, man. We're gonna go to Poland.
The fucking blitzkrieg. Rosella didn't believe me. My girlfriend didn't believe me. We started watching a World War II documentary. And they started talking about the Blitzkrieg. And I was like, that was basically, they would all take meth and stay up for like 3 days and fight. She was like, oh, share, go fuck yourself. I'm like, I'm serious. She's like, oh, share, your bullshit. You read something in a thing. I'm like, okay, fine. We press play. 30 seconds later, they're like, yep, and everyone was on meth. And they stayed up for 3 days. I'm like...
No one had any defense for that.
No.
They're like, these guys have no chill. How are they still awake?
And they have tanks. What's a tank?
Full!
Fucking yelling about Odin.
Schnell!
Speaking of Jung and Hitler, have you ever seen that there's a crazy painting painted in like the early 1900s of a guy, like a German guy on a white horse, and the guy looks exactly like Hitler.
Oh my god.
And it's something like Odin's Bane or something. Like and it's very like
archetypal,
you know, Jung Jungian shit of like, echoes through time and stuff.
Okay.
Have you ever seen
I have
it?
not seen that painting. There was a lot of like Wagner inspired Norse mythology that they ascribe to themselves as Aryans.
Let me see if I can find it quickly, because it's creepy. It's creepy.
Okay, I'm very curious as to how you're gonna Google this. Hitler horse painting. Odin Hitler painting.
Ah, yes, the wild chase, Odin's wild hunt. The year Hitler was born, it was painted.
Oh, it's a wild hunt. Oh yeah, now we're way in the boonies.
Yeah.
We're on somebody's blog. Oh god, that does look like Hitler.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
It's painted in 1888.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's really creepy. That
It's
looks
so creepy.
that kind of uncannily looks like Hitler.
If you told anyone that this was painted in 1988, you're like, oh, some fucking neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
Right?
It looks like Hitler on a horse.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was meant to signify some kind of, like the German spirit and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, it's so interesting. You see, Hitler was they had sent him as like a spy to go spy on a group of like prodromal Nazis, like Aryan supremacists, who were just a group of like loose group of intellectuals who would meet and give speeches about how they got so fucked by the Paris Accords. And they sent him to spy on them. The army sent Hitler as a private to go spy on them. And he was there, like, listening and taking notes. And he's like, oh my God, these guys
they're right.
They make a point. And at one point, he gets so into it that they're like, what do you think? And he fucking stands up on a table and he starts shouting and screaming and giving a speech. And I was like, this is the guy.
This is the guy,
This is the guy.
You ever read The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich?
No, I have not.
It's a long, long book, but it's amazing. It's written by a journalist who was living in Germany in the Weimar years, Weimar Republic, and saw Hitler's rise to power.
Wow.
Was there when Hitler marched into Paris, and he saw them blow up the statue at Versailles of the victory of the World War I victory. And then he had escaped, obviously. But then he after the war, he got. This is why when people fucking they start saying, oh, because the Holocaust wasn't that bad, and they're overblowing the numbers. It's like you clearly have read nothing about this war, because it is the most well-documented war in existence.
So much evidence.
Because what happened was that when the Nazis were losing, they sent instructions to their archivists. Their German, very anal retentive archivists, okay? That kept impeccable notes of every meeting, of every time someone farted, alright? And they sent instructions, destroy everything. But the thing is, for most of these archivists, this was their life's work. So a lot of them did not destroy everything. So when the Allies marched on Berlin, they found everything. They found literally, there are, in this book, The Rise and Fall, he will literally say, okay, and while this was happening, we know that fucking Hitler had a meeting with Goering, and with this Goebbels, and with this other person, and with the head of the Luftwaffe.
At this time, at this place.
At this time, at this day, and this is what they said, because look, there's the memo, there's the notes, there's the meeting notes. So we know they were talking about this and deciding to do this, and didn't do this, because Hitler was freaked out about this, and whatever. And so it's an amazing book.
Color coded, all in binders, alphabetized.
Literally.
They are Germans.
They are fucking Germans.
Whatever they do, they are still Germans. Yeah, they like keeping impeccable records. And
from serial killer farts, we've devolved into
Third Reich. Let's be honest, inevitable.
How often do you think we'll mention Hitler in this podcast?
As soon as you said episode. Weimar Republic, I'm like, okay, it's one of these conversations. Is it a red flag to be super interested in World War II?
I think who isn't, you know?
As a dude, you get to a certain age where you're like, I really want to know everything about this thing.
I'm more of a World War One guy, honestly.
That's a red flag.
I like it when it wasn't clear that Germany was the bad guy, you know?
Is that the Second Reich?
Yeah.
That's the Second Reich.
yeah.
So what was the First Reich then? Like the Holy Roman Empire?
Yeah, Holy Roman.
Okay. So the Second Reich was
like post-Bismarck.
Austro-Hungarian.
No, Austro-Hungary was separate.
Okay.
It was the unification of like Germany, like Bavaria, Prussia, all the like little states, like the Bismarck kind of unification period.
The Pickelhaus Germans.
The Pickelhaub, no?
Pickelhaub Germans.
Yes, that helmet. I want one of those fucking helmets.
You know why they had those helmets?
Why?
I think it's if there's cavalry chasing you, they're obviously above you, and they have swords and they're coming down, and that is like deflects the sword out of the way.
Oh, of course. But don't you think World War One is fucking fascinating? It was so weird.
And the death tolls were unprecedented.
On the first day of this is how World War One started. Okay, the first day of fighting, the Germans had the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
And it was this machine gun, right?
Yeah.
This new thing. And they had set up a couple of machine guns on these like little hills. And the French march in, single file, like single column.
Yeah,
sorry.
like Napoleon.
Literally in the blue, in the Napoleon blue, and were just mowed down. More men died on that first day than did in the entire Napoleonic Wars. I think 40,000 men.
Warfare had completely changed.
It completely changed, but no one knew it.
Yeah.
And so that entire war was like mela cavalry. They still had bayonets, but they also had machine guns.
Yeah.
But they also had at some point in the war tanks or like tractors with big guns on them. Really, they had fucking zeppelins. They had gas.
Yeah.
Like it was weird.
But then also like your commanding officer had a sword issued to him.
Exactly. They started the war, a lot of them, with blue uniforms, which was a really bad idea in trench warfare. To be like, if there's a gun that can shoot you from far away, you want to blend in a bit.
But we all look rather spiffy, you know.
Yes, of course. We look wonderful, amazing.
There's been some instances of this, even in the American Civil War. It was the first war which had the switch between muskets and rifles. And the difference is, I think a rifle has like a spiraled barrel, which means the bullet comes out spinning, which means it can travel a lot further and a lot faster. And war before then had been so kind of lighthearted that on the first battle of the Civil War, people went to have picnics at where the battlefield would be. And they got picnic baskets and laid down blankets and they made sandwiches. And they're like, we're going to go watch the battle, you know, where they form into two nice orderly lines. Then they show up and it's just fucking dead people everywhere.
Just a massacre, yeah. And they used to play war games.
Yes.
The kings would literally be competing against each other. And they would literally call them war games, you know, and the king would be like, yes, son, I'll move this thing here. And a couple of thousand men would die. A couple of thousand men would die here, but who cares? A couple of thousand, not that many.
There's these instances in history of, like you said, a war starts and people haven't realized that war has completely changed since the last time. And World War I was just a massacre. Even the Italian front was just
I mean, this was all of them, really. But I'll never forget the reading about that first day. And the French single column Imperium style.
Oh my God.
As if Napoleon was still at the front of the column.
Because even Napoleonic warfare was a complete game changer. No one knew how to handle Napoleon.
Yeah.
Because he showed up like...
he just had numbers, right?
Yeah. And he invented the core system. Which they still call today the core, as in CORPS. where essentially instead of having your whole army marching as one big army, he split them up into different units so that they can march separately and they can travel on much smaller roads. They don't need to take big caravans of food with them.
Oh.
And then they'll all meet up together and then form a big army. So what happened was like, they're like, oh, Napoleon's coming. He should be here in about 3 months. And then he's there in like 3 weeks. Like, well, how did he do that?
I don't know much about the Napoleonic Wars, I'll be honest.
Oh, very interesting. He made it all the way to Moscow.
Mela, that I know.
In fact, they so kind of sacked Moscow, not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose, so the Russians completely fucked them. He never had it. So he really wanted to take Moscow. It was kind of an ego thing.
There was a lot of ego things in Napoleon.
Big time. And he made the biggest army to this date that has ever been assembled to take Moscow. It was called the Grand Army. Never to this day has there ever been a single army with so many men in it. And he marched all the way to Moscow. Obviously, it's quite cold. Quite cold in Moscow.
Chilly, I've heard.
And there were the Cossacks there who were like weird horse pirates who would do these raid attacks and they would just live in the snow. Disease, cold, everything. By the time that they got to Moscow, their like army had just about halved. And he's like, okay, now we can finally take Moscow and we'll take the city and it will be this whole big event. He gets to Moscow and it's empty. They had just left. No, not a soul. Not one person left in Moscow. He goes in, all the food is gone, all the supplies are gone, and now he's stuck there in Moscow, freezing cold, no supplies. And it's this completely hollow victory. Like, yeah, he took Moscow, but there's no fight.
Yeah.
You know, the prince isn't there, no one's there. It was
what a fuck you.
It was a big fuck you. It's like, they'll never leave Moscow behind. They're like, yeah, we will. Take it. It's just buildings.
Yeah.
On the first night, no one knows if it was through sabotage or through like looting soldiers, but there was a fire. And almost all of Moscow just burned down as well that same day. So he just had to leave in the middle of winter and march back. And I think that the death toll was something like 15% of his army made it back to France.
I remember reading something like that.
And by the time he gets back to France, they're like, you are out.
Yeah, fuck you. He has the famous line, you have an iron fist and a velvet glove. I always like that. Same thing as Roosevelt's. I think it was Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big stick.
And Spain as well. He could never take Spain. That's where the word guerrilla warfare comes from. That's a Spanish term from the Napoleonic War.
Oh yeah?
Guerrilla means little war. It doesn't mean guerrilla. Like guerra.
Yes, for sure.
So it's the diminutive. Guerrilla means little war. So they used to fight these little wars in the mountains. And so he held Spain, but he could never really hold it comfortably. And because of that, the British always had a foothold to come in through Portugal. And they always had rebel groups that they could meet up.
Yeah.
And he could never quite hold Spain.
The Spanish Civil War was very much like that as well. A lot of these like
yeah, so Spain, like Russia, is one of these places that's very hard to conquer. And in fact, because of that, in Spain, a lot of dogs, people name their dogs after like Napoleonic generals of the time.
Why? Wait, I don't understand.
It's just a big insult. It's a fuck you. So there's a lot of dogs named like Jacques and Jean after his marshals.
That's so cool. I love that so much. Oh shit, that would be like us calling our dogs like Dragut.
Exactly. It's like, oh, I know what your name is for. Your name is for my dog. It's so petty as well. To this day, they're still pissed about Napoleon.
I can't explain to you the amount of joy. I don't know, pettiness. There's something about pettiness, like the to loop back around, like the serial killer who orders like a 7-course meal, before being executed. They'll be like, actually, I'm full. I'm stuffed. Thank you so much. I just ate. The lunch lady outdid herself today, and I was just
cunty. It's a cunty move. It's a cunty move. Like, you can beat me, but at one, I'm just gonna give you a flick in the testicle, just one.
do you think it's a coincidence that we started talking about mass murderers in a different sense?
In a different sense, it's true. Who is more of a serial killer than a warlord? Really? They have killed so many. So many.
Like, really, I think the reason we have sociopaths and psychopaths. Have you ever seen heard of this study? There was this guy, he was studying psychopathy. And psychopathy, correct me, Mr. Psychology, if I'm wrong, okay? Psychopathy is basically the part of your brain that is responsible for empathy. It's just not on. It's just basically does, like if you do brain scans of these people, it just doesn't activate that part, right?
Yeah. You can call it that. It's complicated neurologically, but yeah, basically inability to feel empathy.
Yeah. And this guy was studying this, insomma, where he's he had a bunch of like criminals who were kind of diagnosed psychopaths, and he was scanning their brains, and they all had this like part of their brain that wasn't really lighting up, and he needed a control group. And so he was telling, he got some people for it, but he kind of ran out of people. And then he was telling like friends and family members, even did himself at a point. And finally he got enough people. And he's like, all right, I have a good control group. Let's go. And he starts running the analysis, and he realizes that someone from the control group also has the same profile, the same brain scan. And he's like, oh shit. You know, I need to tell this person that they have this thing, you know? And he goes and he looks and he realizes it's himself. And he has never been violent. He has a wife and kids and is a respected professor at university, respected member of the community. But then he started thinking about it and he's like, actually, some of this makes sense, because, you know, I'll have people over to my house for dinner and I'll be just looking around going like, what the fuck are these people here eating my food? What the fuck is, why? Come on, fuck you people. And his family would be like, you know, we always thought Dad was a bit, you know, a bit distant, couldn't quite connect.
Because he's looking at his kids like, oh, the fuck are these people eating my food?
But then he was no history of criminality, no nothing. I think the kind of conclusion that was reached was that he was like, had a good family, he was socialized properly, essentially, and he learned how to people.
Yes.
And I have heard some theories about the kind of functional utility of these type of people, which is that essentially, okay, a lot of times, you know, people that don't play nice with others aren't really fun to be around. They're not really useful in a social sense. But you get raided by the tribe next door.
Who do you want?
Let's get Greg.
Yeah.
let's unleash Greg.
Let's see how you guys deal with Greg.
With them, I'm a list of treats.
Yes.
You know, here's an axe.
So have we tried pouring boiling oil over their heads, guys?
That's a bit, sounds like a bit much, Greg. Yeah, but you know, they're scalping our kids. And like, you know what? Maybe
it's their own Greg.
maybe we let Greg fight their James.
There's always a Greg. At the Great Siege, you're like, I don't know what we do. They're cutting off their heads. Oh, let's throw the heads fucking back at them.
Yeah.
Jesus, Greg, that's really dark. Yeah, there's always use for it more.
You know? Now it's less useful, I suppose.
Then in times of peace.
We pretend to be a bit more civilized. So.
In times of peace. Although they do very well as like CEOs, high-level management positions.
Yep.
They often have great success. Because you need to be a Greg.
Ruthless. Cutthroat. Although, yes, but then if you look at like the social structure of chimps, the ones that create, they get to the top of the hierarchy, they become the alpha by means of like power and strength and subjugation. It fucking works. Like, yeah, okay. But first of all, even they need some capacity for
Empathy, or
not necessarily empathy, but like bridge building. They need to create like alliances, because you can be the biggest, baddest monkey around.
yeah,
3 other monkeys that maybe are not as big as bad as you
Yeah.
individually, but they're like 75% your size. They can fuck you up.
yeah. So the diplomacy.
So yes, they can normally rise to the top very quickly, but it's very unstable. And unless they have some capacity for like consensus building and yeah, like social
Diplomacy. They have to be diplomatic with the other. With
exactly,
the others.
diplomacy essentially. And yes, in general, the ones that are able to do that the best, they're the ones that are leaders for the longest time. And they actually just remain a leader until they're basically dead. Because their friends just protect them even when they're kind of weak. And if someone comes and like challenges them, not challenging
Yes,
them,
yes.
they're challenging the tribe they have built.
They're not only feared, they're respected. You know,
There you go.
Genghis chimp.
Genghis chimp.
The move, I'm so jealous of the move of shitting in your hand and throwing it at someone. The fact humans have evolved, like, let's do socially evolved out of that, but we still can do that. That's still a move you can do. And nothing would pack a punch more.
If you think a fart is gonna cut through the conversation,
Oh my god.
shit in your hand. Shit
I'm gonna
in your
shit
hand.
in my hand and throw it in your face.
Throw it at me.
There's no bigger insult. That's the chimp's go-to. That's pure hatred. Pure hatred. Fucking boom. And you're like,
Disrespect.
you're designed to do it. It's so perfect. It's
right
so,
here.
like,
It's
it's
right
so
here.
easy
It's
for a
right
human
here.
to just fucking
Right
come
here.
on. And I'm gonna get this and look nice and easy to throw. And boom, in your face it goes.
I don't know if you've eaten a whole bucket of fried chicken and 12 shrimps. I don't
And see,
think.
that's unnatural. That's unnatural for us to eat. We're supposed to eat nice fibrous foods to get a good projectile poop.
To get nice and,
You can put
and some volume there. Some
curl your fingers like an American football player. It's a nice spin and a good arc. Fucking yeah.
Okay. Do you want to pick the topics for next week? I think
Went full circle.
we've gone full circle. I think
We literally devolved, I think.
we've evolved into throwing our shit at each other. I think that's always a good place to end.
Sure.
I don't know if you have anything more to say about serial killer farts.
Oh, we're talking about serial killer fights.
That is the topic of the episode.
European warfare as it relates to chimp society.
We tangent. We have a tendency to tangent.
We do have a tendency to tangent. I mean, how much we're going to talk about serial killer fights? Let's be honest.
Yeah, funnily enough, pork psychosis was much easier to deal with than serial killer farts.
It's too specific. Okay, let's see what we come up with.
Okay. Mera. Are the Browns yours?
I can't remember.
I always forget. I don't know. I think the Browns are mine actually. Ooh.
Ooh, okay. A Smarty Pants episode. I feel like it's going
Okay. I think you should go first.
Perception.
War.
Oh.
Perception war.
Perception war.
Perception war makes more sense.
I feel like we shot our load talking about. Gonna have to find some new wars to talk about because we hit so many.
No, but this is a metaphysical war.
A war of perception.
War of perception. I already know exactly what.
A perception war.
I have
Okay.
many thoughts about perception wars.
Okay, I have an angle.
Yeah.
It's terrible. My mom is calling me.
Talk about perception wars.
I'm gonna sing her the serial killer fart song.
I feel like my entire childhood and teenage years was a perception war with my mother.
Oh yes, it's always a bit of a perception war.
Okay, are we done?
Goodbye.
We order a bucket of fried chicken.
We did do that actually the first time.
We did it the first time, and I think we're gonna do it again today. You made me. All I was thinking about was that sounds fucking great. Bucket of KFC. Eja hamorru. Mela.